what are we doing here? Yeah, we got that vision. We were trying to create a belief in that vision. We're creating this map that's supposedly going to turn this vision into a reality. Yeah, sure, some of what's been said may be inspirational in a moment here or there, may be soothing here or there, may sound like, oh yeah, wouldn't that be great? Well, before we proceed, let's pause and take a couple slow, deep breaths in and out. Well, now, going forward, we're going to operationalize so that we can apply tools to that map in order to create that vision that we want to believe in. And when we look at that operationalizing of what we're doing here, what we want to do is we want to first start with the recognition that the external world is an outpicturing of the internal world. This is true on a societal level, and it's true on the individual level. Just take a look at your own life. If it feels chaotic around you, there's a high probability that there's chaos inside of you. And collectively, when we look at what's happening amongst all of us, collectively, internally, it manifests, it's outpictured in our external world, in our society. So if there's a lot of fear, a lot of hate, a lot of inadequacy, a lot of alienation, all these different things, if that's happening inside of us collectively, that's showing up externally in our larger society in the form of divisiveness, in the form of reinforcement of inequality, and on and on. So we want to emphasize that we are going to build the tools that we then apply to creating that larger map that then turns into that vision. So we are going to create the tools to help us reinforce the importance of nature and following nature. We're going to develop the tools that help us recognize how our defenses get in the way and cause us to split inside of ourselves and to split from each other. We are going to look at how we resist truth and prevent ourselves from seeing what's right in front of us. We are going to look at the way we fail to pause long enough to take in that breath that rejuvenates us and allows us to incrementally slow down what's happening around us so that we can then choose what's happening in our choices externally. And as we slow it down inside, we then slow down and understand what's happening inside of us so that we can choose how we want to proceed going forward. We are going to do this through taking examples that I will offer up and apply different tools. And I'm going to invite anybody out there to send me a question or an example that I could utilize as best as I can and apply these tools to those examples and incorporate it into what I put out there. So all of this is meant to reinforce that it is important to look within ourselves and to trust what we know deep down to be true and to align ourselves with that truth so that we can be and become our greatest, best selves in this one chance, at this one life, in this form. And then, here's the great news. That's great enough in our individual life, but an even greater news is if enough of us do that individually, we will collectively create the world we want to live in on a larger scale. I submit to you, remember, always remember, believe in the possibility of making the impossible possible. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Sincerely, your fellow world citizen.